Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of Superflat Survival, and this is actually the end of this series. This is going to be the final time that you see me in this world. Now, before we start off, I have something very important to discuss. And the thing that I would like to discuss is the holidays that are coming up. There are a ton of them, and I know I said a few episodes ago in this series that it was nowhere close to Christmas, and so we were not going to be doing anything Christmas related. Well, today we are going to be doing stuff that is Christmas related, and that is going to be a bit of an outfit change. There we go. I now have a Christmas jacket and a Christmas hat on, the little puff ball in the back. I don't really know what you call those, but I'm going to call it a puff ball. So yes, it is now close enough to Christmas where I will put on the outfit and I will accept that it is time because it's no longer before Thanksgiving. Next up in the agenda is talking a little bit about this world. And the fact that this world, I never really intended it to be a permanent world. I really just intended it to be a, can I do this? Is this possible? What can I do and what can't I do? And I'm going to talk a little bit about what I am limited to in this world. And I really think the best way to do that is going to be to take advantage of this huge area here and make a bit of an area showing all of the blocks that I cannot get in this series. And yes, I am going to be going into creative mode, grabbing these blocks, laying them all out nicely, but I won't be using them or gaining anything from them. So I am going to cut and get all those blocks out here, and then I will show you guys the mass amount of items and blocks that I cannot obtain in Superflat Survival. So here I have a list, or not really a list, kind of like a physical representation of all of the items, or at least I'm fairly sure all of the items that you cannot get in a Superflat Survival. And I'm going to really quickly run through why I can't get each of these things as fast as I possibly can. Because I kind of think it's interesting the parts of the game that I didn't even realize I wouldn't have access to. So starting off with corals. Obviously, these things only grow in the ocean, so I'm not going to be able to get them, as with the kelp and the sea pickles. Turtle eggs. You need turtles to get these, and I don't have turtles, because there's no naturally spawned ocean for them to spawn at. As well as the dead coral versions of all of these corals, which obviously you can't get because you don't have the alive versions. Then we move over here, which I'm going to use my little crosshair to point at stuff. So here we have rabbit stuffs, which rabbits don't spawn in plains. They spawn in like every other biome but plains. So by default, we cannot get the potion of leaping because we don't have the rabbit's foot. That brings us to the dragon's breath. We don't have access to the end, so we can't do that. We can't get the lingering potions and dried kelp and kelp blocks because we don't have kelp. Next, that brings me to the heads, the creeper head and the zombie head in specific. I have not had a thunderstorm on this world, and if I go into my statistics and I go into general, I have played in this world 1.73 days. Now that's not Minecraft days, that's real life days. So that means I have played in this world for about 37 hours, and there has been no lightning storms or thunderstorms or any storms of that kind. So I am going to assume that these guys cannot, that there is no lightning, so I cannot get a charge creeper or these heads. This head is not obtainable in survival anyway, but I just decided to put it there because obviously I couldn't obtain it in a Superflat world even if I wanted to. Next is the trident, and I cannot get drowned spawned because they only spawn in water biomes, so like oceans or rivers, and a Superflat world is all plains. Everywhere I go, it's a plains biome. So cannot get a trident. Next up is the scaffolding block, and I cannot get that because I need bamboo, and the only way I can get bamboo is to mine it. You're joking. What are the odds? That is amazing. Alright, well I might actually be able to get the heads because apparently rain is possible. Well, good to know. I will take those off of there right now. As tempted as I am to just do the rest of this clip in the rain, I'm not going to because YouTube compression and YouTube video quality. Okay, so the rain has stopped, and on to the next items, which are the scoot and the turtle shell helmet. The dead bush I can only get in a desert, and the sweet berry bush I can only get in a taiga biome or in a taiga biome villager house. I get a villager chest because that's where they spawn, and like I said, only plains. The enchanted golden apple is only obtainable in strongholds, abandoned mineshaft, wood inland mansions, and pyramids, none of which spawn in a Superflat world. Bedrock, obviously. Duh, you can't get this in normal survival. Just wanted to put it here, because it's obviously not obtainable in this version. All of the ore blocks. There is nowhere to mine. There is the bedrock of the world underneath those coral plants, so there is nowhere to get these blocks from. Next up is the prismarine blocks. So all of the regular prismarine, the prismarine bricks, dark prismarine, the prismarine, the little item forms, and the sea lantern are non-obtainable because there are no ocean monuments, as with the sponge. The ink sac will not be obtainable because there's no squid, because they only spawn in oceans or rivers, as do the drowned, so I cannot even get them if I wanted to. Next up is snow. It does not snow because we are in a plains. Therefore, the snow blocks will not spawn. Then we have the end rod, the dragon head, the elytra, and the end stone bricks, as well as the purpur. All of these things you can only get in the end dimension, and we do not have the portal frames to get there, so those are unobtainable. And the shulker boxes that come from the end are also not available to us, as well as the chorus plants, so all of pretty much from the purpur block over is not obtainable because we do not have access to the end dimension, and that is all of the blocks. After talking about all of the things over there, you can kind of see it at the top of the screen, and that they are non-obtainable. I would like to finish off this series in the way that most series end off, just because I think it's kind of a fun thing to do. And that is with a dragon fight. So really quickly, I'm going to go into creative, set up the end portal frames here, and then I will come back when that's done. Oh, well that's not, okay, I don't know why that just decided now that it was going to do this, but yeah, there's a thunderstorm, so they are possible, and yeah, they happen. And there's a skeleton horse. I might go capture him. I'm gonna go capture him. I'm gonna sleep and then I'll go capture him. Yeah, go in there, go in there, go in there. Okay, skeleton horses have been captured. Right, well, on that turn of events, now I have got the end portal area set up. So let me show you what I have prepared in between episodes for the end. Alright, so all the stuff that I've prepared is in my ender chest now. Let me eat this food really fast. There we go. Okay, so in here I have all the things that I'm fairly certain I'm going to need when going to the end, considering I really don't plan on taking a trip back after I go there once. So, I have extra ender chests, I have stuff for rockets, I have crafting tables, the mending and unbreaking book for when I get the elytra, the anvil, and some golden carrots for food. I also have a separate set of armor that will be my armor when I go in there, because I don't want to wear my nice netherite stuff or have any of this in my inventory really while I'm in the end, because it is all quite nice stuff and a lot harder to replace, even though I have quite a bit of netherite. Still would rather use a not as good set of armor. The other thing that I will need is a few stacks of blocks, so I am just going to put a few of those in there and grab a bit more out of the chest just to put in my inventory. The next thing is I have a few potions of instant health just to help me in there. I am also going to brew up 3 strength potions and turn these into instant health 2 potions. Alright, there we go. I've got all the potions brewed up and all of the netherrack sorted out in my inventory. And now just to leave the spoon here, because there's literally no reason that I would ever need that in the end, and grab out my spare set of stuff, take my armor off, and leave that in there. Let's put on this spare set of armor, get all of these spare tools, and stuff ready. This does have infinity on it, which is quite nice. And now I am pretty sure I'm ready. So I'm going to grab some of the blocks in the offhand. I have a strength potion and instant health 2 potion on my bar. So I think that I should be good to go. Let's put all of the pearls in here. I did get these pearls legitimately by trading with piglins and killing Blaze to get the blaze rods. So those are actually gathered things. But the end portal frames, obviously, I put here because, as I told in my list over there, they are not obtainable in Superflat. So I think I'm ready to go. You guys have all seen an end fight before. Hopefully this one will go casualty free. I am probably overprepared. I am even going to grab a few ender pearls. Yes. So hopefully, if I start falling, I can just throw one of those and take less damage. I do have feather falling on the boots though, so I should be okay. Theoretically, this should go fine. So let's hop in here. And we spawned in the end island? Maybe? Kinda? Let's see, what is this? Ah, yes, we are on the end island. This is a weird spawn. I've never had that kind of spawn before. Okay, well, I'm just going to take out all of these crystals and beat the ender dragons. So let's throw this into a time lapse. We are. The dragon is defeated. Ah, love that animation. And now to just pick up all of the wonderful XP that I get. There we go. Okay, now we just have to, of course, grab the dragon egg. You just right click it and it lands. And then I can just dig underneath it, place the torch, and there we go. We have gotten the next generation. And the reason I didn't bring in any glass bottles for Dragon's Breath is because this is where it ends. I'm going to go out, get an elytra, and take off. And that'll pretty much be the end of the series. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pop down the ender chest really fast just to put the dragon head away. Maybe grab out some more blocks just to free up a spot for it. And then I'm going to start making my way out to the outer end islands to see if I can get myself an elytra. Okay, gonna pearl into here. And there we... Oh, okay, that's fine. I was like, uh-oh, this might not be the best spawn, but we are okay. It always teleports you to the highest block that it sees. So now, just time to wander around here for a bit. I just found one. Oh, I just found one. And it has a boat. Let's go. Oh, that took a long time. I have been traveling for quite a while, and this is a fairly big one too. Yes! Let's go. I've probably been in the end for, say, around 30 to 45 minutes at this point, traveling, which is quite a long time. So, yeah, this is amazing. So I am going to straight away make my way up to the ship because that is the way that I like to conquer these. I like to start in these ships and then I will get my first elytra there. Alright, so I am out on quite a precarious little tower out here. I don't think these guys should be able to see me, and I think I'll have just enough blocks to get there. I hope I'll have just enough blocks to get there. Yes, I will. Alright, good. This is over the void, which is not like best, I guess. And I am going to actually switch swords once I get inside here. Okay, here we go. I am inside. Oh, I actually got a shulker shell from that guy. That's kind of surprising considering I wasn't using looting. So now it is time to switch swords because I need looting to get the good stuffs from these guys. Alright, well I didn't get it from the one that I used looting on. But that's alright. I have an elytra right there. Now I will not get the Sky's the Limit advancement when I pick this up because I already got that when I made the board of things that I cannot get in survival earlier in this episode, but that is fine. I'm just going to pick this up really quick, and now we can actually make some stuff. So I'm going to put on all of my good armor besides the chest plate and put all of this back. I'm also going to grab out the mending book and the anvil, and I am going to stick that on the elytra. There we go, we've got an elytra now, and now we just need to make some fireworks, and there we go. That is all good. We have the means to fly, meaning I am going to be a little more confident with the stuff that I carry and carry all of my good items in my inventory and put all of these kind of bad items away. I am going to really quickly open these chests, see if there's anything inside here that I would need. Nothing too amazing besides the beetroot seeds. That's something I don't have yet. And then I'm going to get my inventory managed a little bit. I know I just said that I was going to get my inventory managed, but I'm not going to anymore because I just killed the guy up here and he didn't give me another shulker shell, so I'm going to wait to make a couple shulker boxes to clear out my ender chest with. But we cannot forget the dragon head. And there we are. Got that too. Okay, so now pretty much how I rate these things, and this is going to be the first flight of this series, is going to be pretty cool. Probably just going to raid this thing and then head back home because I couldn't stand to leave it here. But I pretty much start at the top and then I just make my way down as I kill these guys and grab the loot. So I am going to do that now. Hold up. Really quickly, one thing that actually is different in 1.16, which is going to actually make end raiding a lot more difficult and a lot more different than the way that I'm used to it, is the fact that elytras do not override the levitation effect anymore. See, I used to be able to just press spacebar and I could fly down. Yep, see, I'm so used to it. And so I could just use the elytra to counteract the levitation effect, but I can't do that anymore, which is fine. Not a huge deal, but is going to make raiding the end a little bit more dangerous. I have also got my bow in my offhand so that I will get the looting effect from it when I use it like so. Alright, so I am done raiding this place. I have killed all the shulkers and gotten all of the loot chests, and this is what I've come out with. So some of these things I had already made, like the chest plate and all of the armor that I had made up in between, and the strength potions and some of the instant health potions were already made, but all of the rest of this I got from this place. I also have crafted up all of the rockets, and my extra food is in here as well. And the 11 crafting tables in case I would ever need... Okay, I guess I have 12. In case I ever need 12 for any reason. I don't know why I would, but if I do, I have them. I also have gotten all of these things, which is actually a pretty good amount of loot for this one end city. I've got 12 shulker shells, which is enough for 6 shulker boxes, and just a couple of other bits, including some diamonds and gold and iron. So I think with that, I am ready to go home. So the one thing that I have yet to get, oh yeah, and I got some ender chests. But anyway, the one thing that I have yet to get from the end is the chorus fruit, and the chorus plant, which I am going to grab right now. Got to shoot a couple of these down so I can regrow it, and then we just break that and collect up all this. All right, there we go. And there we go. With that, I am pretty sure I am ready to head back home. So heading back home from the first end city that you find is normally pretty simple because you just follow the little paths and the landmasses that you would have passed over normally. So I am just going to do that now, and I will meet you guys when I get back home. Oh no. I found another end city. And it has a boat. Okay, I love raiding end cities too much to pass this one by. I have to do it. It'll take me like 5 seconds. It'll be fine. I'm going to raid this place really fast. Alright, well, I have arrived back here at home and put all of the things that I have gotten away. I have 30 shulker shells, the dragon egg, as well as all of the iron stuffs and the diamond stuffs. I have unenchanted all of the iron things, and all of this also needs to be smelted. I've mainly gotten this from the mob farm, and I can't bring myself to just throw it away when I have this much storage, so it'll be in those chests. But I do think that brings us to the end of this series. So we have to answer the question now. Did I do it? Is this a survivable and playable place to be? And I think the answer to that is yes. If I can fly in F5 mode, look at the stuff that we have done. We have a mob farm, a sugarcane farm, villagers. We can get a lot of items in this game. If you even just look at the amount of items we can't get, that is a very minimal amount. There is so many things that are obtainable in a Superflat world. It is honestly amazing how much stuff you don't think about that you can't get, but how much stuff that you can with literally nothing but a flat expanse. Really quickly before we end off, I am going to rename the final thing, the elytra, to be the I believe I can fly wings. And yes, we can. And we say goodbye to our pet cat Jelly. Goodbye, Jelly. I will miss you. As we take one last look at the world that we have built and the sunset as it sets today, I am going to end off this series. Thank you all so much for watching. I am even going to take off the Christmas outfit, and we can end off this series the same way, looking the same way as we started it. Well, not quite. We've done quite a bit since then. But thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you all next time. Bye!